Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Baligia Afan and welcome to Connect with Baligia Afan. Tonight we are talking about very many things, but most importantly, what we have to agree about is, do we really learn whatever we shoot here? Do we really learn whatever Mr. Kida tells us to do? Anyway, before we go further, Islamic University in Uganda Females Campus Kaboja is still admitting students on very many occasions. Of course, you can come on Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. We are always there. You can come and apply. It is very important for you to come and apply and be part of the winning team. We have very many courses. We have law, we have business studies, we have education, we have human resource, we have mass communication, procurement and logistics, very many IT diploma courses, we have nursing, we have diploma in records management. There are very many courses, so you can come and be part of the winning team. Tonight we are talking about how to excel in debt collection. Yeah, very many people are demanding people lots of money, but you don't know how to demand how you can really go and ask for your money from such kind of a client. But tonight we are going to see how to excel in debt collection. You're welcome to connect with Afan. So introduce yourself before we really go with our topic tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm known by name is Kida, a senior accountant at Islamic University in Uganda, Females Campus.
Kaboja.
I extend my greetings all viewers.
Okay, that's good. You know, very many people, we entered a season that we were not ready for. It came abruptly and people went with debts. And these people that are collecting their debts, they don't know how to manage the steps and how to excel during the activity of collecting debts. Yes, that's what we want to tackle tonight.
Thank you very much. Indeed, in a business, without a customer, you cannot survive. And in most cases, you cannot manage your business without giving a credit. Because now current organizations, they converted from cash accounting to accrual accounting, which could be the credit that you supply. You issue products on credit, then you expect the customers to pay later. Although you remain with some customers that will be buying using what? Cash. But most of them, they need credit.
That I will give you later.
I will pay later. After also he has given products also in credit.
It's a chain.
It's a chain of distribution. He's getting product from one supplier. Also he comes, he sells on credit. He collects money. He goes and pays the person.
The person who produced.
So in most cases, as we are looking at the debt collection techniques, we are going to rotate on the three approaches. How can an organization succeed? Because we know that before the COVID, already you had debtors. You had supplied on credit. If it is a school, already you had students that you are demanding. So you're expecting already, if you have resumed the business already, you want to know how am I going to...
You want to collect the debt.
Already the customers also are in financial crisis. So let us concentrate on the three approaches. We have there is what we call debt factoring. Debt factoring technique. And then we shall see also the invoice discounting. Invoice discounting, how does it work? And how does the organization now currently apply the debt factoring mechanism to ensure that you collect, you boost your working capital such that you have continuity of business.
Yeah.
And also we have what we call, you can collect the debts yourself, and it could be the best approach.
Man to man.
We shall say how can you collect the debts yourself, or you resort to the two approaches, debt factory invoice discounting approach or collecting the debts what? Yourself. So if now we look at the debt factoring companies, we have debt factoring companies in Uganda, those debt collection companies.
That are really the professionals in collecting debts. Oh!
So the debt
in Uganda, they are coming I know them.
Okay. So in most cases it depends on the volume of your data you have. And before you apply, you go for any approach. And it depends also on the size of your working capital. Do you need the money urgently? Or you want a backup? Do you have some money to be used in operation? But if you are concentrating on debt factoring, it means you sell your data to a factor company. That is debt factoring.
A
professional. At a discount.
But when
you get me? So, if you are demanding 1 billion, let me say, from your debtors, those are people that you sold products on credit, and they are not paying, and you need the money to be used in your operation, you can go for debt factoring. If you arrange with a factor and he pays, he gives you money on a discount. What it means, can say any million, you will pay. Every million you are demanding, you can pay 70%.
Okay.
Out. So it means $1 billion, you can get 50% out of that billion.
But when you're successful,
you are going to use that money in business. But I've told you it depends on the size of the business and the clients you are dealing with. Because there are some clients that you will see they will not be, they feel comfortable when you have sold. And they have, the factor has started demanding money from them instead of you. Okay? You first assess and you shall see it. How can you select and you say this one I'm going to solve to sell it to another factor. But it's the best approach when you are now COVID-19 and you have demanded
for a very long time,
and the customer they don't pay. So here under debt factoring we have two approaches within that you can enter in debt factoring. There's factoring with recourse, without recourse, and then with recourse. So with recourse, it means the factor or the person who have bought your debtors on credit, he bears the losses for this one that you fail to pay completely.
You even have that hope.
Yes. No, it doesn't mean that you collect 200%. Because now, if you have failed to collect your sorrow, and you are saying, let me sell to
the professional,
to help me to demand the money, he will tell you if it is an agreement without recourse, the factor bears the losses. It protects the client against the customer that will fail to pay. In the case if you fail to recover 100%, you will say, okay, let me bear the losses. But with the recourse agreement, it means the client himself will be responsible for the loss. If you have 10 customers that you have sold to a factor and 2 has managed to pay, or 3 has managed, you will be responsible for the 5 yourself.
But this factor will still get its percentage.
Its percentage. But in most cases, it depends on agreement you want to enter
with the factor.
And depending on the volume of the debts also you have and also the customers you have. Because to reach at the level of selling, it means you have reached at a level of even rating of these debtors. But the customer that you are dealing with, you are communicating and he can pay small amount of money, you cannot sell such a customer. Because what creates problem is that communication gap between your client, you are the money, and you are sold. Okay. So this approach works most especially in banks and other manufacturing companies and also other businesses that they have volume of customers outstanding for more than 5 years. You have not been collecting this money, but the customers exist. So you say, instead of writing off these debtors, writing off means forgetting.
Let me hire a factor to do for me this job.
And you sell at a discount. You get some money than making a complete what? Loss. It will work for you. Because now we are going to as this situation as COVID-19 brought in again another crisis. The customer, they don't have money, and also you need money. So you may have some clients already have taken 5 years, even before COVID, 10 years, but you are demanding the money.
And they're using COVID
as an excuse. Already you found them, they are not good customers.
They are not good customers. They're not good at
you
paying.
can apply the debt factoring strategy of the money. Then the second approach, we say the invoice discounting.
Invoice discounting.
How does the invoice discounting works? Invoice discounting is a short-term method of accessing money from financial institutions. You just present your invoices. Let me give an example. You have sold the product to BMK or to ZK enterprises
or
on
to,
credit,
or to
Afan enterprises on credit, and you have all the paperwork that shows that really you have sold the products on to Afan enterprises. It could be those invoices that you present to the bank. After the bank will confirm from your client that the customer is receiving the product on credit. Obviously, you know very well you must have the LPO must be there, the good received note must be there as the evidence, and delivery notes that you present to the bank with plus the invoices. Say I'm expecting 10 million from the following customers. The bank will call the customers to confirm. Is it true that you supply you got products on credit from this company? They will confirm. Credit confirmation. After confirming, then the bank can see how much they can pay you out of those invoices. In most cases now the contractors.
On the behalf of customer.
No, you are demanding 10 million from the following customers. And the customers, they have not paid. But for you need the money urgently.
Indeed.
You get? So instead of pressurizing your customers,
you go to the bank, get some money.
You present your invoices to the bank, and some demanding 20 million from the following customers, and you have evidence. There must be the local purchase order, that's the LPO. There must be the delivery. There must be good received note. Everything, the paperwork that shows that indeed you supplied on credit and goods were received by the customer. The bank will call the client
to confirm.
And
so the bank will do the collection of money from the customer.
The bank will not do the collection of money from the clients. But the bank can give you money, some money that helps you to continue staying in operation.
And
later you demand the money from your client.
Your solvents.
Obviously the client you understand that you have gone to the bank to get the.
So this works as security for. This works as security.
It works as security for you to get the money from the bank.
Okay.
Instead of putting layer building, instead of putting what you are using your business to solve. Because here the advantage is that now the customer also themselves they will know that you went to the bank because they don't have money to pay cash rate. You get.
So
instead you call, please you pay me some money. They will know that you are paying back the what?
The money. The bank.
So that approach works. And
that's
it is common now in banks. Contractors, that's the approach they use. Because now if you have got now a contract, or if you have signed a contract with a company, and you don't have money to start what? A contract. Use the same invoice that
I've given you.
They have accepted the contract, present it to the bank. Then it means the bank will provide the finances because also they know that they are dealing with a genuine customer. Then you collect the money in installments from your clients to pay back what? This you are using it as a debt financing strategy as well. You want to stay in operation, you don't have money, and you had supplied on credit, your customers are not what? Are not paying.
Deal.
Then if we go to this one, what will be the best approach of collecting the debts you are solved? How can you collect your debts you are solved? And this should be the best. I encourage most of the companies to practice with this strategy, collecting the debts you are solved. Because now let us see how can you collect the debts you are solved as a company and you raise finances. In most cases, as you have drafted your credit terms or credit control policy, that also your customers knows when does your credit lapse. If you have taken product from from a fund enterprises, you are supposed to pay when? It is like now a school.
You have a payment plan.
A payment plan. And also your customer should know that if we have taken a product on credit, I'm supposed to take 3 months or 4 months, the most period before you pay. So how do you collect? You rank your customers based on value and risk. You rank your customers based on value and risk. Depending on your credit terms, so you can have, for example, let me say, those customers have stayed with the debts for over 30 days, 90 days, 60 days. You get it? You cluster them. Those, depending on the value. You say those are with the 500,000 who have stayed over 30 days. Those one with 1 million who have stayed over 30 days. You go to another value.
You're grouping them.
You are grouping them. Because the reason why you are grouping them, it will help you to understand this customer, know them. Because you know that some organization they believe they have their money already, they don't have already, the customers paid long time. But it's because they don't edge their customer. They are expecting 1 billion just in records. Yet in reality it can't reach even 1 billion. But they have not edged their data to see. Because for you, if you are now, you have arranged the data, you understand so that why does this person doesn't pay? 30 days.
You have to make analysis of your client.
You analyze your clients, all the names you should have, and you cluster them according to the days
that have spent without paying.
Without paying. Remember, if you have that analysis, it helps you to monitor. To monitor these customers you have, such that you can know who is trying to default, who has taken more time without. It could be as a result of analyzing these clients that you can even discuss with most of them your credit policy. If you have students, you inform them, say, our policy says this and this. If you exceed these days, you will be charged of late. You get it? Because your client may not know. He has taken products on credit but doesn't know your credit terms. And also you are not following who has paid when.
So it is important for you to make your clients understand your credit policy.
Exactly. They should know that now if I reach at this level, I will be charged this much. Or you communicate with them, but you will not communicate with them without understanding them. Don't expect to be paid in time. Also you plan, you get me? So it could be as a result of this analysis that you understand. Maybe you ensure those customers you think they default.
Yes.
After understanding that this one have taken 3 years without paying. Why? Oh, this one has paid. This one has paid 500,000. Because with that analysis, it could be a person charged just to deal with that. Every day you are saying, must be someone who is assigned with that duty.
To avoid misconduct.
Yes. Who is just managing that Excel analysis. Or if you have a system that can help
that analysis manager.
Yes. It's just there. You can call him or her that can be a council assistant.
We can get any title for as long as trying to
anything that are collector or debt collector or a council assistant in charge of debt collection. But we will be there to help you to understand the customers. Because you understand the customer he has taken, you discuss with the customer, you call the customer, because already you know in that analysis. How do you draft this aging or this ranging? We expect you now to know the names of the what?
Customers.
Of the customer. After understanding the names of the customer, you put a column how much you are demanding or you invest. Then you put a column of how much you expect, the column of payment. Then you put a column for the closing balance. You put a column for the contacts.
What about duration?
You put a column until you already have said we are classing basing on the term, the period. We'll have those ones who have stayed for 30 days, we'll have those ones for 90 days, we'll have like that, 60 days. depending on your credit
So
cards.
even the energy used to demand them differs.
That's why you're clustering.
Okay.
Putting them in the weight you put on as a person who have stayed with
90 days.
it's not the same weight you put on someone who have stayed with
For 30.
30.
Yeah, I
You get
understand. Yeah.
So you put your details on the telephone numbers and what? And even the location where the customer is found.
Masulita.
So that analysis will help you every day you will visit, and the manager expects how much you have collected from them.
Now, if you face such kind of problems, is it advisable that if a client is coming from very far away from where your company is it advisable that you should stop supplying people, assuming if you're working from Kampala and for them they're working from Iganga? Is it advisable that you stop supplying them because it will be hard for you to raise or demand your money?
No. You see, you can now even get on credit with someone who's in Dubai. The customer is within Uganda.
Another country.
What matters, do you communicate? Because your even companies gives a credit to the person doesn't know, so long as you are communicating online. He knows that you are working within Kampala and they give credit. Are you trustworthy? That after you pay back. So even if you are in Iganga and you have business in Kaseso, Mbalala, you can have a customer who is even in Lucia.
Okay, you've talked about invoice discounting and
debt
factoring. Do these methods differ basing on the kind of business you're working for?
Yes. That's why I said basing on the volume of the data you have and also the nature of your customers, it depends how you're going to, which approach you're going to use. However, you can adapt all depending on the nature of your business. Because now if you are in secondary school, it becomes, in a school, you cannot apply that factoring company. You sell your students because they have failed to pay.
You can't
work.
say that.
But with banks and money lenders, it is normal. It is normal. Because already their customers is the person who got a loan.
There are students getting students loans. I think that works for debt factoring.
They go for debt factoring. But invoice discounting, you can use it anyway. It depends on what you need. Because now invoice discounting, we want finances from the bank.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I've ever heard of such. They were looking for students that got loans and they were not paying back. They were hunting for them.
Okay. Maybe it was debt factoring. That's debt factoring.
Head to head.
Where are you?
Namusera. He left. He's in Wakiso. You go.
That is debt factoring. And in most cases, the way you apply debt factoring, it means you have failed to collect.
You've tried all means.
You are not communicating with the customers. So you say,
oh, you're calling, they're not picking up.
They are not picking. So you are saying there is no money there, they are not received. But I was on, you took me back again to debt factoring. I was explaining how you rank your customers. Now we are collecting your debts yourself. You have said I will not apply other approaches. Let me concentrate to collect myself. So if you want to collect yourself, first rank your debtors to know based on your credit terms. This one I have taken 3 days. This one I have taken, but you can cluster in at least 3 months. This one I have taken 3 months, 3, 4, like that. You get? So after having that analysis, it will help you start discussing with your customer, your credit terms, those one who have taken more days, those one approaching to the late penalties, you get? Discuss with them. They will help you understand. Or you can also insure. You can insure your customers, those one that you think they may not pay. You go to insurance company, in case if they fail to reduce the risk, the financial risk, in case if they fail to pay, it means you can get recovery from the insurance company. It could be the same analysis you are going to use straight off, because there are some data you demand for 10 years.
And you said
let me forget. And you be the one now to know that I gave with him on credit, but that person doesn't pay. Is a problematic what? Customer. But you not understand those customers if you don't have analysis, even if it's a school. If you want to predict the expected credit loss, you are using the same analysis, using IFRS 9. How are you going to calculate the expected credit loss?
IFRS 9.
International Accounting Standards.
No, say it clear.
It is International Financial Accounting Standards. Reporting Standards, IFRS 9. In charge of those data. So, if you want to calculate collected expected loss, you are going to use the same analysis using that International Financial Reporting Standard. Accountants, they understand what I'm talking about.
Of course, we are dealing with very many people.
They know what I'm trying to. But if you don't have that analysis, you will not predict the expected loss. And remember, the expected loss already is an expense on the organization. You may be predicting to collect more, but already you have not calculated what will be the expected loss from this 1 billion I'm expecting from my clients.
That's why companies do fail to stand on their own because they
you are over expecting, but you have not taken time to analyze what will be the loss from what I'm expecting because you don't have data. But if you analyze here, you can see, you say, no, do you know that out of the 2 billion, we may expect to collect 700 million. So now you calculate this, okay. So our expected loss may increase, but we are using the same aging to compute the expected loss, to know how much we are going to write off. Writing off, it means now we are going to also recognize the expenditure. It's like a loss. You write off as it comes back and you restate the debt, because the debt remains the debt.
Okay, thank you so much. You're still on Connect with Baligia Fun, and we are going to go to our last segment. We are talking about how you excel in debt collection. Very many companies really are being perturbed because of how they are handling their systems. You know, structuring is very important when you are starting up a company and getting to know. Very many people have got audience planners to plan for them. They have got financial strategists that have strategists for them. And so if you are willing to set up a company, you should be expecting all these things. And if you don't want to fall into some kind of traps, please try to ask the analysts and get to know what it is. Mr. Kida,
yes.
So as you finalize, I have a beautiful question. You know, sometimes I usually ask you some good questions.
Yes.
We need to know,
yes.
Anyway. If you're starting up a company, is it okay to put this in your documentation?
As a business, you should have a business plan.
The policy
organization, as you have started your company, you should have a business policy.
The in-house policy.
How is your business going to run? So, in case if under your business policy, you have business policy for your company, it's where you are analyzing how you are going to deal with your data. This should be in your policy. Already you know that if I give a credit, customer is supposed to stay with the credit for these days. What happens in case if he fails? What happens if he dies? You get? Because you must analyze, because those scenarios, they are there in business. You can't say that I will be dealing with my clients and they pay in full amount.
How do you reconcile with these bad, let me call them bad clients? I don't know if it's okay. Those that do not pay in time. How do you reconcile with them after taking them by one?
That's why I told you that before you decide on that approach, it could be you have reached at the final.
You're willing to lose the customer for good.
You are willing to lose the customer because you cannot sell the customer to another factor, and again you expect
them to come back to support you.
But its approach is common. That's why I told you with the business, giving out loans, giving out to
the system.
It depends on the nature of your business and the type of the customer you are dealing with. You have tried your level best, but he has failed to pay. 5 years, 6 years. So you have decided to write off. You say, instead of writing off, let him sell to another factor. Another factor, it means now it could be another method they are going to take.
The route.
to ensure that they collect money. And that's why you see how banks use. It's the approach they use. Different banks, they use this approach of debt factoring. Or money lenders. You have failed to pay, then now they say it to another.
They bring beautiful internees, young girls to come and seduce you to take a loan.
But the money
they bring money.
So before you select any approach, you must know the nature of the business. And that's why I said it is better to involve this approach that I have not concluded the approach of collecting the what? The debts you are solved. It is the best approach for businesses.
That's the third method.
It's the third method. But however, you can still manage your business in line with also other methods as a backup. But collecting the debts you are solved is the best. Because now you stay with the customer in good terms. You get? And you are collecting, you are receiving, even if it's small amount being paid on your account.
But you're being paid.
And you are staying with the customer. But these other methods comes in when you have realized that it is worse. That's why now we are saying at this period for the COVID-19 financial impact it has created.
Yes.
That other organizations they go to debt factoring after, or you can first apply these following approaches of the money you are off. Then if you see the customers they have accepted, and you inform them that I'm taking another route of the debt factoring, then they can know after you have over demanded. Those who have taken 5 years and above, don't apply debt factoring to customers who have just stayed within just the period of this COVID. Whether you know that he's not earning. That's why on this approach of collecting what debts sort of, we say now also you encourage your customers to pay directly on your account for the small paying in installments. After you have aided them and you have understood, encourage any amount to be deposited on your account. If you had agreed that you will be paying 500 and you can't pay now, say even if you pay 100,000,
it is okay.
It is okay. So long as it's being paid on your account, on the bank account, and you bring other methods on board. For example, giving a discount to the person who can clear a debt in time during this period. That you are demanding me 5 million. If I'm willing to pay 5 million once, you give me a discount. You can in fact factorize also yourself without even going to another factor. You negotiate with your customer. You say I'm demanding 5 million, but if you are able to pay me 4 million,
it is okay.
I leave the 1M. So now it depends on the customer.
Instead of making
losses. After calculating, because now we look at the term value for money, receiving 5 million after 4 years and receiving the 4 million after 1 year or within 6 months. What do you take?
You prefer this?
It's 4 million.
Yeah.
So now it could be a financial management technique to apply in debt factoring. Then going to another factor, you say, let me negotiate with these customers. So we shall see that encouraging the customers to pay on your bank account, you can give a discount if they pay in time. Then also, if you have your credit terms that has been extending for a shorter period of time, to charge those ones who have failed to pay penalties, it is better now you reduce the period. For example, you have been taking 1 month and you say, if you don't pay within 1 month, I will charge a penalty of 10%. It will not work. We are looking at increasing the period. If it is a school that you have the rate registration that has been taking just 1 month or 3 weeks, you can add a week or it becomes the 5. It goes up to 5 weeks. Remember, if you fix it within, you will be limiting your customers and they don't have money. So that's the strategy now we are looking. You are looking at collecting money from your customers, but you are playing within your policies. You are drafted.
To be successful.
Hey, the other customers, they have already credit, but they want another credit. Again. Because already they are in a financial crisis and they are looking, you are the supplier as a savior.
Because they are thinking.
Hey, they want the rest to come back to you to get supplies on credit, to go back and start business again. don't refuse. First analyze the history of that, that customer. How has the customer been performing? How has the customer been paying? Then you can give back, or you can see, negotiate, no, I'm demanding you 5 million, but you'll take off 5 million, let me add you the 2 million. When are you clearing the 5 million? The backlog. The other time we were talking about revenue backlog. There is no way organizations are going to avoid this. That for you need it first clear, then you start afresh. Because remember, all organizations, they need a recovery plan. A recovery plan.
In every danger, they have to have that recovery plan.
Yeah. Okay. So, under recovery funds, some others, they are looking at suppliers to be their savior. I give the supplier that have been, if you have been dealing in shoes, but currently you cannot get shoes to go back to the market. But you have some customers are calling you. You will be using the capital. Go back to the supplier. Although he has been demanding you money. If he's able to add you a credit and you negotiate, you get? You see, because now the supplier also, if this customer is not in the business, you know that you will not collect your money you are demanding.
True. So you have to work symbiotically.
You see that I'm demanding 5 million, but let me add you 1 million. You go back in the business, let us make a plan how we're going to pay me the 5 million. But now if also say, I want my 5 million and you close it. That means you will not collect also the 5 million and also you will not run the business.
Okay.
Then the second approach under collecting debts you are solved. You send reminder messages.
For them to understand that you're on the issue.
Reminder messages. But not every day that you'll be sending messages in terms of that I'm demanding.
You cause frustration.
Yeah, you cause frustration. Can you send some message birthday? That's why we say it is better to have a cluster. Even you can have date of birth of your customer. Send messages, greeting messages, just birthday.
Just like what IEI does. IEI influence companies usually sends birthday messages to
their students.
Yes.
Okay? So it is the customer will know that he's demanding you for you, but he has sending a message.
A good policy.
Yeah. You are sending a message, but you are not even talking about that. Please, when are you paying? But and the message, I wish you the best. Then you after a week, it could be now you send a reminder that you are demanding you 1 million. You are promised. You create that relationship with the customer.
In a calm way.
Hey, the customer knows that you're part of the business. But every day, you are demanding me.
If you don't do it.
I'm tired of this customer, of this supplier.
They even try to warn you, if you don't do it in 1 week.
We are coming there. We shall not. If you now collect, you want to apply the method of collecting your debts to your solve. No, how are you going to send a message to the customers right away? Reminder, not 1 day, not just in 1 month. You can say in a month I will be sending this message. Then in another month, if they are not paid, then you send a reminder on house. You call. Okay? Even if you have not managed to send a message, keep in touch with the what?
The client.
With the client. How do you keep in touch? Okay. Send messages. If you send now a message, call the client. So today I am now talking about the outstanding balance, but you promised to pay. When are you paying? Take the words he has told you. Although you know that sometimes it will be deceiving. But also, maybe he doesn't have the money. Except he said he's paying next week.
Just like we care about our pledge cards.
Yes.
When you're going to introduce. You go and pledge in September on 25th. So you wait.
You wait.
25th.
He said on 10th.
Politely, not saying you want. Why don't you give us the money you promised us? It's already 25th.
Yes. So as you lose control with your client, you will not collect the money. So you keep in touch with. In fact, the relationship you have with your client. There is one scholar who said that even if the customer sneezes, you should be able to know. That's how we judge the relationship. That even if he sneezes, you know that he's there. Maybe he was trying to interpret that the relationship should be cemented. Call. Even if he has taken time without paying, the the way you make the customer to become closure.
There is a local company, I don't know this, it's Exaco, but they even reach an extent of sending condolence messages, and they even come to your value site to know what is happening. If you've lost it, you're saying, you what? They come and be part of the
value ceremony.
Yes.
So they are creating a relationship. How do you expect that customer to behave and the person you have been harassing on the phone? When are you paying? You got product on credit, now you are hit. And this person,
meaning we have to create that kind of respect.
With the customer, and up with your clients. They will even be able, that you, as an organization, understanding the way their customer they are performing is best in collecting debts. Even some organization they want to go extra mile to know how is my customer performing. It will be that time that you will also take time to analyze and share with you the problem is facing. You say, I don't have money these days, I'm on crisis also. You say, you tell him or her, please you be paying what? In installments for this outstanding what? Outstanding debts. If it is a school, do you take time to see how your clients perform? Because there are some customers, they don't pay because already they are disorganized. They are paying for the services, they are not satisfied with.
But they're supposed to pay. Because
so sometimes they take time. You say, I'm not paying. I have even a past degree. You see? I have lower. Check what time this one outstanding debts 1 million. How they perform?
I even have lecturers that hate me.
Hey. So how do you expect such a customer to pay?
Create that with the counselors.
Counselor saying this customer is not paying. Because some it would be maybe the parent is not paying because he's saying the student is not performing.
Or they even have violence at home.
Hey. Do you understand your customer? So if you understand your customer and you monitor the performance, it is another strategy of collecting debts. Because if you have experts, you have a company or manufacturing company. Some customers, they don't know how to keep books of accounts. Send people who knows how to help them in keeping books. The bank, someone has come to go to get what? To get a loan, but he has failed to pay. But you have not even taken time to see why you are seizing properties. Hey, instead of understanding maybe why is the problem? Is it financial management problem? They don't have financial discipline. Try to cancel your client. So as you create that relationship, it becomes easier now for you to start also demanding. Because as the business continues, also it is on your benefit. But if the customer says you have been paying or buying, taking 100 bags of cement, and he has started taking 10,
you have to know
first
why.
Ask why are you taking 10 again?
Get used to take a
You're expensive. I don't have capital. I don't have what? I don't have even these days my customers are not buying.
The expression of interest.
Hey, can you assess the buying habit of your customers?
Mr. Kida,
yes.
I want you to wind up.
Okay. I'm concluding by saying that collecting debts yourself, it could be the best approach, because it helps you to retain customers, to have customer retention. And as you retain customers, they become your marketing what?
Personnels.
However, you can apply other methods to customers that you think they have failed to comply after a certain period of what?
Time.
Of time. But give them time so that they pay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Islamic University in Uganda and Islamic University in Uganda North Campus Kabucha, they really call on their clients to come and be part of Islamic University fraternity. You know, Mr. Kida, people should really understand the value of being in a university and the value of being in a university. you're in a university and you're in a university. But these are two different Two different things. Islamic University in Uganda is different. Very, very different. And actually, those people can really testify that it is really different. So you can take your daughter to either Bali campus, that is the main campus. Kampala campus, which is located in Chibuli. Arua campus in Arua, the heart of North what? West Nile, the heart of West Nile. And you can also bring your daughter here at Females Campus Kaboja, at home, away from home. Usually the good president used to tell me that if it's not us, then it's not us. Meaning the campus itself is very, very, very beautiful, and it has a very good learning environment. I mean, what are you not going to find here? It is nothing. So Faiza was ready to say that if it's not us, then it's not us. So for that, I want to wish you a good night. Baligia Afan, MC Pilar on camera. Bye. What do you say, your man?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Naluga Mariam, and I'm a nursing student at IUIU Females Campus Kaboja. Fellow ladies, if you want to join me in the next academic year, please apply online for August and September intake in Diploma in General Nursing and Midwifery and Certificate in General Nursing and Midwifery and Extensional Programs. Visit our website at www.iuiu.sc.ug or send your results on our WhatsApp number 0704 74 13 69. Please stay safe. IUIU Females Campus Kaboja, a home away from home. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.